The doctors looked at us and said the words no parent ever wants to hear. Your daughter will likely never walk on her own. That was February 2019. I was standing in a hallway at Toronto's Sick Kids Hospital, holding my wife's hand so tight my knuckles turned white. Our little girl, Lily, just 4 years old, had been diagnosed with a rare form of spinal muscular atrophy. The doctors were kind, but they were honest. What they didn't know was that in exactly 6 months, a 45-pound yellow Labrador named Bear would walk into our lives and change everything. My name is David Chen. My wife is Sarah. We're a regular family from Mississauga, Ontario. I work in IT. Sarah is a school teacher. We had no idea when we moved from Vancouver 5 years earlier that our life was about to become the kind of story people don't quite believe. After Lily's diagnosis, we spent 8 months going from specialist to specialist. Physiotherapy 3 times a week, occupational therapy. At one point, we were driving to Hamilton, Kitchener, and Ottawa, all in the same month, chasing different opinions, different treatments. We were exhausted. Lily was exhausted, but she never stopped smiling. That smile, that's the thing about Lily. Even when she couldn't stand up without holding on to furniture, even when kids at the park stared at her walker, even when she cried at night because she wanted to run like the other children, she would wake up the next morning and give you this smile that made you feel like everything was going to be okay. We had to believe her. It was Sarah's idea to look into therapy dogs. She'd read an article, one of those 2 a.m. rabbit holes you fall into when you can't sleep, about how Labrador retrievers were being used in physiotherapy for children with mobility challenges. Something about the way they move alongside a child, the warmth, the consistency. We contacted a rescue called Second Chance Paws near Barrie, Ontario. Honest people. They told us up front, we can't promise a miracle. We can only promise a dog that needs a home and a child that might need a friend. That was enough for us. Bear arrived on a Thursday evening in August. He was 3 years old, surrendered by a family that had moved apartments and couldn't keep him. He was gentle, quiet, a little nervous. He walked into our living room, looked around slowly, and then walked straight to Lily's mat where she was doing her evening exercises and sat down beside her, just like that. Lily looked at him, Bear looked at Lily, and I looked at Sarah, and we both knew this was it. The first 2 weeks, Bear was just a companion. He slept near her bed. He followed her around the house at her pace, slow, steady, always there. Lily started wanting to get up more. She wanted to check on Bear. She wanted to walk with him from the bedroom to the kitchen. Her physiotherapist, Dr. Amara Osei at Credit Valley Hospital, noticed the change almost immediately. Whatever you're doing at home, she told us at our next appointment, keep doing it. Lily's core engagement is up. She's initiating movement. This is different. By week 6, Lily was standing, unsupported, for 30 seconds at a time. By week 10, she was taking 3 steps without holding anything. She would hold Bear's leash while Sarah walked beside her, and Bear would walk slowly, perfectly in pace, as if he understood exactly what was needed. And here is the truth about Canada that people outside this country don't always understand. The Canadian healthcare system, our community health workers, the volunteers at Second Chance Paws, the neighbors who shoveled our driveway so we could get to appointments in February. This is what we mean when we say we believe in each other here. It is not always perfect, but it is real. And when it works, it is extraordinary. Bear became part of our healthcare team. That's the only way I can describe it. March 14th, 2020. I remember the date because it was the same week Canada went into its first COVID lockdown. The whole country was scared. Schools were closing, Sarah was on the phone with her principal, I was reading government updates on my laptop, and then Lily called from the hallway. Daddy, look! I came to the door and I saw my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter who the doctor said would likely never walk independently, walking down our hallway, 12 steps, without her walker, without holding the wall, without Bear. Bear was watching from the kitchen doorway, tail moving slowly. I couldn't speak, I just watched her walk. When she reached the end of the hallway, she turned around, looked at me, and said, "I did it, Daddy, like Bear." I sat down on the floor right there and cried. Sarah came running, Lily climbed into my lap, and Bear came and put his big yellow head on my knee and just stayed there. In the middle of a pandemic, in a hallway in Mississauga, the world was falling apart outside, and inside our house, something had been put back together. Lily is 9 years old now. She still has SMA. That doesn't disappear. There are hard days, there are flare-ups, there are still appointments, still specialists, still nights when she cries. But she walks to school. She runs. Slowly, carefully, but she runs. And every single day, Bear walks beside her to the end of our driveway and watches until the school bus turns the corner. We want to be honest with you because we know how desperate families like ours can feel. Bear did not cure Lily. The real credit goes to her medical team, her therapy, her own unbelievable courage, and yes, to Bear's presence giving her a reason to push herself every single day. Rescue dogs are not miracles, but they carry something with them, a kind of steady, unconditional belief in you that humans sometimes can't provide. Bear believed in Lily when she couldn't believe in herself, and somehow that was exactly what she needed. If you are in Canada and considering a rescue animal for a child with a disability, please reach out to your local therapy animal programs. Many provinces have subsidized programs. The love is free. The difference it makes is immeasurable. The doctors told us Lily would likely never walk on her own. They were doing their jobs. They were being honest. And in many ways, they were right because Lily didn't do it alone. She did it with her mother and father, her physiotherapist, her teachers, her community, and a yellow Labrador from a rescue shelter near Barrie, Ontario, who walked into our home one Thursday evening and decided he had a job to do. His name is Bear. He's 7 years old. He still sleeps at the foot of Lily's bed. And every morning, without fail, he walks her to the end of the driveway. If this story moved you, please share it. Somewhere out there, another family needs to hear it.